Trevor Yardley, where are you? Come on up here and do your thing. Trevor!
Hey, this is a great place, isn't it? A clean comedy club. I was recently at an open mic at a not clean comedy club. I felt like a priest at confession. When I left, I had to pop a few Prozac. Now, I don't want to talk about anything depressing though, you guys. I want to talk to you about chronic diseases. Anyone else here have a chronic disease? Yeah. Yes, I have a rare autoimmune disease, and it's more prevalent in women than it is in men. I've always been a nonconformist. It's called Birdshot Chorioretinopothy.
Oh my
God.
I'm a birdie.
Yes, I knew this was going to happen. Okay, so me and you, after the show, are going to buy a lottery ticket. And we'll go halvesies on it, okay? So, now everyone else, let's pretend like you didn't hear that, all right? It makes the rest of this thing very difficult. So, I have a rare autoimmune disease, so anyway, so, no, I lost my whole train of thought. So anyway, the way I found out about that I had birdshot is that I go to the doctor, the eye doctor, for my yearly exam, and he comes in and says, "Hey Trevor, I've got news for you." And who doesn't love to hear news from a doctor, right? So I perk up. I'm thinking he's going to say something exciting like, "Hey, astronomers just discovered that the Mars bar is actually created on the planet Mars." But what he actually says is, you know, the optic nerve is supposed to look like a nice, clean, tight circle. But yours looks like an oil spill. So he was quite excited about it because having a birdshot patient is like finding the Dead Sea Scrolls. Maybe there's 2 sets of them now, I don't know. So and actually, I have become like a rock star there. Whenever I go to my appointments, you know, eyeball nurses are passing out, kids are clinging to my legs, they're collecting my tears in little glass vials so they can sell them on eBay. Now that's the fun part of the disease. The not fun part is that I have to go and see the ophthalmologist. Now who is coming up with all the different names for all these doctors? I don't know. But you know, the ophthalmologist is ridiculous. So I talked to my friend, I'm like, I gotta go see the ophthalmologist. Like, how do you even spell that? Like, O-P-S-H, how do you spell it? See, I don't even know. I was like, you know what, the phone's gonna figure it out. So, guess what? You know, the phone didn't know either. In fact, it auto-corrected it to, "You're an idiot." I thought, how condescending is my phone? To think that I'm trying to spell ophthalmologist, I'm trying to spell, "You're an idiot," O-P-H, whatever. Ophthalmologist, you know? Anyway, so I think they should just rename all medical terms, like lisp. They should just call it lip. That way people who have it can say it. That's always fun. So anyway, I'm at the ophthalmologist. And the first thing they do is they dilate my eyes. Now this isn't your regular eye doctor dilation. This is ophthalmologist dilation. They dilate my eyes to the size of manhole covers. Then the doctor comes in and he starts to torture me like I'm a foreign spy. Now I don't know if anyone has ever told you not to stare at the sun because it'll damage your eyes. But they have, don't listen to them, they're lying to you. Because this eye doctor, the ophthalmologist, begins the torture session by gluing my manhole cover eyeballs to a 1 million lumen strobe light and begins to take pictures of the back of my eye for half an hour. Now, being the funny guy that I am, I asked him if I could have wallet sizes. And I discovered that this guy does not have a sense of humor. Because without even offering me a picture package, he then jabs a needle in my arm and shoots a bright yellow dye into my bloodstream and begins to take more pictures. Now I believe that this dye was actually a truth serum, because it was at this point that I began to confess to him my joy of taking bubble baths while reading Jane Austen novels. Next thing I know, I'm in another room with this contraption on my eyes, and I can't shut my eyes, just force them open. I look and I see the doc standing there with another needle. He says, Trevor, I'm gonna have to give you a steroid injection by sticking this needle up under your eyelid, in between your eyeball and your eye socket. Now, my anxiety level could not have gone any higher if he said he was going to dig my eyeball out with a grapefruit spoon. And I said, hey doc, is it too late for a second opinion? He said, well, you could go blind. So he turned to my wife, who was there the whole time to comfort me. I said, hey hun, how about you pop me a few of them Prozac? Hey, I'm Trevor Yardley.